This is still Alonius' speech to Dido. So we have, if the fates are saving this man. Okay, who is this man? Aeneas, right? Okay, if yeah, if I think this is a it's like if he is breathing. Okay, and this takes the ablative. Oops. Okay. The upper air and does not still lie low in the cruel shades. What does that mean? Well, where are the shades? The underworld, right? Yeah, so it's saying, like, if he's not dead yet. Okay, so this says, to stick an S in here, like, there is no fear. Like, in other words, we don't have any fear. Okay? Nor, like, should you regret this is a potential subjunctive. To contend like okay, so this is kind of weird because this pineted is like an impersonal one. Okay. Like you use it, so it's like do not regret to have been the first to contend in kindness. Like, don't be afraid to, like, be kind to us. Okay, so there are okay, then we got all these see it. So you say there are both cities and weapons in the regions of Sicily. and famous Acestes from Trojan blood. Okay, remember who is Acestes, the king of Sicily, right? That gave them wine for when they landed wherever they were going. Okay, so this is like, may it be allowed for us as present subjunctive too. So I think it's a potential subjunctive too. So let us, literally it's like, let us be allowed to draw up our fleet. Having been shattered by the winds. So all these potential subjunctives show us what? What sort of tone does it set for what he's doing? Do you think? No, not mysterious. We saying, it's the difference between you saying, Mom, may I go to Sonic, versus, I'm going to Sonic. Or, go to Sonic and get me. Yeah. So he's saying, he's entreating her, he's showing deference to her as her leadership as queen, but still saying, you really should allow us to do this because it's our destiny to get where we're going, and one day we'll get there. And we might, live at peace with you or something. So, and to fashion our beams, like the beams of their ships, to fix their ships, in the woods, and to shape our oars. Okay, then we got if it is allowed, if it is given to hold to Italy to hold out to go to Italy with our comrades and king having been recovered, that happily we purpose clause, we will go to Italy and Latium. Let's say we should go, so that we happily should go to Italy and to Latium. Let's do it that way. Okay, but if, so then it says put an S here. If our safety has been exhausted, and the Sea of Libya holds you best father of the Trojans? What do you call it when you're addressing best father of the Trojans, but he's not there? No? Apostrophe. Is that on that sheet? Apostrophe? It says, Polonius here voices his preferred course of action if the first, meaning reaching Italy with Aeneas and his other comrades, is now lost. It says, note that Polonius suddenly and emotionally apostrophizes Aeneas, though he is actually addressing Dido. So he's saying, like, I really hope this works out. But if it doesn't, you're already dead, right? Here's what he wants to happen. No longer, that's Nekion, no longer hope of Iulus, okay? And Iulus is kind of like another name for Ascanius, right? It says Iulus represents their hope for the future. So if no longer hope of Iulus remains, then okay, then you got to go to the next line. It's not on the screen, to Petamus, right? So then happily, no, there's no happily in here. Then Saltem, at least, let us seek the straits of Sicily, and the prepared seats. Meaning the city that Acestes, like, let us go back to Sicily to where we know Acestes will take care of us. Like, from where we sailed here, whoops, and let us seek the king Acestes. It's Sumus, S-U-M-U-S.
And what is the last part?
And let us seek King Acestes. Okay, so that's the end of his speech. So we got like, in such a way, Polonius spoke. Spoke's not in there, right? Right. You have to stick it in there. And all of the Trojans were shouting with their voice at the same time. Like, they're like, like you Like here, here. Okay, so this next part is Dido's response. Okay, what do you think Dido's going to say? Well, I mean, think about her predicament, right? She just broke off from. She's fleeing her crazy brother, and her husband just died, right? So she lands in Carthage trying to get a new start, right? And then she angers the people who are at Carthage because they tell her that she can surround her, have as much land as she can with the hide of the bull, thinking that she's just gonna take a bull hide and put it there and have 20 square feet to her name. But she outsmarts them and cuts it into strips and makes it one big deal, right? So she's kind of not at war with, but at odds with, the people who are in her new land. She can't go back to where she came from. So, hey, if they're going to make peace with her, then, she might let them settle there. Okay, so here's Dido's response. So we got, then, briefly, Dido it's having cast down her face. Speaks. Okay? And then we got two imperatives. Banish fear from your heart, Trojans. And lay aside your cares. Doesn't that make you feel fuzzy inside?
Yeah. It's kind of like what you just said.
Yeah. 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 Well, no, that continues in the next sentence. That's exactly right. So, hard times, or the hard situation.
Wait. Anchises.
Where?
That's imperative.
Oh. Synchesis, I see it.
I was say I didn't know what word it was. I was pretty sure it was
Synchesis, okay, and what is Synchesis doing here?
Oh. I know the word, don't I?
That she's going to take care of them, right? That they could be intermingled as one. So it makes her seem magnanimous, right? So here in her first speech, she comes across as a fair ruler who's magnanimous and not crazy. And she's going to even say, hey, you can come and settle in Carthage, right?
Yeah.
Not thinking about the reality that, Aeneas is going to, make her crazy.
There's another synthesis on line 552. I'm not going to have to go back to it, but...
That's good. Okay, so we got the hard situation and the newness of the kingdom. Compels or forces me okay, and then the Moleri on the next line to, what does that word mean? Take to make such things, to make such things happen. Oh, look at this one. This also is a syndeton, right? So he goes up here with this polysyndeton, right? And she shuts him down real fast and just gets right to the point. What? A syndeton is lack of conjunctions. You would think there would be a conjunction here, but there's not. Okay, and what's to Aor mean?
Watch.
And watch.
It's like an infinitive.
It is like an infinitive. So it's like, okay, like to take, or see, to, what did I say that means? Like to make such things, and to watch, or to, like, watch out for, to protect my borders far and wide with a guard. Right? Okay, and then she's going to ask these. So we got, this next part, we got anaphora. We got ascendaton. Okay, and then we got a potential subjunctive. It's potential subjunctive. Okay, and we know that because she's like asking questions. Okay, so it's like, who does not know the race of Aeneas? Who does not know the city of Troy? Like, look, you dummies, I know about your past. Okay, and then we got both the virtues and the heroes. Or the fires of such war. Okay, so these guys, the pointy is just another name for Carthaginians. Okay, that's where they get, I don't know, it's just another name for Carthaginians. So, we Carthaginians do not bear our hearts so dull. Like, we're not going to turn a blind heart to your troubles. Nor does the sun join his horses like so far opposite. That's what this is. So far opposite from the Tyrian city. I mean, like, from Carthage. Okay, we're going to stop there.